Well, Canadian swimmer Santo Condorelli is going to be jumping into the pool today for the men's freestyle relay. But before he dives in, you may see him flash a signal to his dad. With more on sports rituals, cognitive behavioral psychotherapist Brenley Shapiro, whose research focuses on athletes, joins us now in Toronto. And Dr. Shapiro, I'm going to ask, first of all, to note that there are many rituals that athletes follow to motivate themselves, but this one by Santo Condorelli might be one of the more unusual. Can you explain what Condorelli is doing in this photo right here?
Yeah, so I think his behavior is definitely different than we would typically see from athletes in terms of rituals and behaviors.
Yes, but what is he doing?
Well, you know what?
Because we blurred out
you blurred it out.
The naughty bits here, so I'm going to let you explain.
So I'm going to say it's really for him, it's a message between him and his dad. And while the behavior is different, I'm going to say the action behind it is really quite similar.
All right, well, for folks who really can't see, because we have purposely blurred this. He's flipping his dad off.
There you go.
All right, so somebody had to say it, so that's why it's blurred.
I'm glad it was you, Brad.
Yeah, I kept passing it to you.
So really what he's doing is it's a message between him and his dad, and what he's trying to say in a nice way is that nobody else counts right now at this moment. It's just him, he's there, he's ready, and he's got this. And it's really a way of just having him mentally prepare himself, boost his confidence, and know that he's ready to go. So that's really what he's doing.
Yeah, that's one way to do it, all right.
That's it.
Well, some sports rituals were public, others happen in private, such as listening to, say, a certain song before a race.
Yep.
Is there a difference in the power that ritual holds if others see it?
You know, I think in terms of the individual person, there is no difference in the power. The question is, how do other people respond or interpret what it is they're doing? Obviously, in this case, it's gotten a lot of attention. But I think for the individual athlete, the power is for them. They are doing it for a specific purpose, to build their confidence, to know that they're really in the right mindset. It's just what happens outside of that that's the question.
Is there a point that a ritual crosses the line to become a superstition?
Absolutely. You know, I think for me, that's where it becomes a little bit dangerous. I think athletes can use rituals to help really motivate them and center and ground them. Where it becomes a little bit dangerous when it does become a superstitious and they sort of attribute their success to the need to do that. And that's where that superstition will tend to control them as opposed to them using it to be in control.
I don't know whether you can give any examples, but are there some rituals you've heard of that got out of control?
Well, I'm going to say when it's not a particular action, but it's really the motivation behind it. So when the athlete believes that they need that in order to perform well, that's when it does tend to get out of control. And yes, I have seen that if the person is not able to do what they do, for example, I had an athlete once that needed to have a blue Gatorade, and if they didn't get the blue color, they actually believed that they weren't going to perform to their fullest ability. So that's where it becomes a little bit dangerous.
In the final seconds we have left, and for all the parents, of course, who may be watching right now and wondering how they can best encourage their children, should they encourage or discourage their children from using rituals in their sports? Well,
I'm going to say we want to encourage a healthy pre-competition routine. So a way for an athlete to ground themselves, center themselves, boost their confidence, and just know that they're ready to go. And so if it's that healthy type of pre-routine ritual, I think it's okay.
All right. Cognitive behavioral psychotherapist Brenley Shapiro, a pleasure to see you again.
You as well. Thanks so much for having me.